So here I'm going back to my ice now. It is already set up. And what I'm going to do is just give it a little turn to make sure that it's loose. See? Movement. If I had not coated my pan, it would not have done that, and it would have been a bear trying to bring it out of here. So generally you want to do this over a sink, but Susan didn't put her sink convenient for me today.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing it here.
So it's her fault.
It is Susan's fault.
Yeah.
I'm throwing her under the bus. Girlfriend, you're under the bus again. All right. So you would bring this up.
Wow.
Start popping all of this out. If it gave you a hard time, you would run it underneath the water to get these larger pieces out of there. And I'm going to correct that. All right. So you see our coral piece coming up and around through there? This piece here, we can either let melt down a little bit or just run it under the water, cold water, and it'll loosen it enough so that it'll actually fall right out of there. And so what you have when all of that is done, so I'm just going to set that here and hopefully it will melt in a minute so I can get that out of there. It doesn't usually take it long. Fish inside here and get the rest of your pieces though. I mean, look at how gorgeous these are. You would not want to waste those. Yep. So set that down, look around, make sure you got all of it out of there, and then just get rid of the ice.
And how fragile is it?
It's very fragile at this point. If I force this, I'll snap the little pieces off of it. Once it sets up, it's good to go. All right, so we're going to move that down here. And I'm going to show you the piece that is finished.
And the Isomalt does not melt in water?
The Isomalt does. It actually, because it's a sugar form, it just kind of melts it a little bit. But that, once again, remember that whole humidity thing? We're adding humidity to it. So this one I prepped, and I did this yesterday afternoon. So you can see that I can now handle it. It's dried, and it's ever so slightly tacky. And if I waited about another 8 hours, it would be totally dried. And so this is then your coral. All the way around. And I love the bottom side of it as well. It's just a fantastic little piece to put up onto a cake.
Wow.
So all we have to do is wait for this one, or we'll come back to it. But that's as simple as that is. And the hardest thing is getting it out of there without having a sink, because you can't just add the water to it.
Yep.
But anyways, so
and
I actually
can they actually blame Susan as well if they don't have a sink?
You know, no, I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
You know, we can't blame Susan for everything, and I'm quite sure there's something much better to blame her for here soon.
We'll find it.
I'm going to show you this. See this area right back through here? I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to snap it. Just like that.
Ooh.
So I'll have these pieces, and I also now have this piece, and I don't have to wait on it anymore. Isn't that pretty?
Wow.
All the way around. And then think about having a fish going through that. It's going to be gorgeous. All right, clean up. You know, I worked at a place at once, and all I had to do was call clean up, and there was like major crew that came through, and it was like, whoom. I actually was at a girlfriend's shop, and not Susan, another girlfriend. Yeah, I do have more than one.
No way.
Yeah, really.
Who knew?
I know. It's surprising sometimes. So all of that will come over here. That'll go down there. Now, we have to start our whole cake prep. So I'm not going to spend time showing you how to cover a cake in fondant. I'm hoping by now you know. And if you don't, YummyArt has phenomenal videos that you can go to, and it will take you through it step by step by step. So what I am going to show you is painting. And what our goal is going to be. So here's my little props. Here's all my little paints. And I am using Americolor. Yes, I do use it. See how well used. It travels everywhere with me. Airlines love my stuff, I'm telling you. It's constantly getting into it. And so I have really high-tech stuff here now.
Oh, yeah.
I have paper plates. High-tech. I have one paintbrush. Not 100, but one. And it's a little fan brush. I then have sponges. Cheap sponges. Go to the dollar store. Because all you're going to do is cut them up, use them, and throw them away. If they're dry, then just put them under a little bit of water and then make sure you wring them out really well. I do that, plus then I take them and wrap them into a paper towel and squeeze, because you don't want them wet. You just need them moist. So these are the ones that I'm going to be using.